What is up, guys? In this video I'm going to be going over my plan and how I pretty much just plan to scale up this year in 2025 more than ever. Now that I've been profitable for about a little over a year, I had to take a little pause on my trading the end of last year due to some health things, but now I'm back and ready to kill it. I'm mainly going to be talking over a couple of simple and straightforward points of how I'm actually going to take action this year to scale up my trading, from funded accounts to my entry model to actually just staying consistent with that process every single day. Shout out my dad for getting me this big ass monitor, and my mom for the mouse pad, and my boys for the PC. I don't actually use the monitor as one monitor. It's actually split into two. As you can see, I got a taskbar right there and a taskbar right there, but I just put the trading screen like that for the video right now. I also wanted to touch on how you can actually make a ton of money with funded accounts, how I did it in the past and now how I'm getting back into it better than ever. I also want to remove all the BS from your head about like lies that have been told to you maybe by other people, and how you can kind of just simplify in your head the pathway to making a lot of bread. I'm currently on the way to doing so. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I have talked to a lot of people who are doing this at a high level and have given me this advice that I'm also going to be putting onto you. If y'all want to talk to me and my team every single day and actually watch us trade live and just see the trades that we take, we post win or loss, no matter, no BS, completely transparent, breaking down every single trade. Again, it doesn't matter if we lose or win. We also have a completely free course. If you're still just getting started and want to understand the basics, it's made by us as well. And we also post trade recap videos on pretty much every single one of our trades. And on this channel, I have a ton of free sauce as well. But if you want to join that free Discord and just talk to us and chill, I put the link on the bottom of this video in the description, so join up if that's interesting to you. Enough yapping though, let me get into some basics because this is going to be a pretty short video for y'all. So normally I do charting videos, but I'm trying to get back into a little bit more of these types of videos, so hopefully y'all like them. Comment if this video helps out at all. First, I want to talk about what do you actually need to start making money doing this. So the first thing, honestly, is a plan of action. A plan of action is going to consist of a couple of things. Number one being, obviously, we're trading, so you need to have a proper entry model. I've made multiple videos on my personal entry model, and there's other guys in the team that trade as well. If you want to see mine, it's on this YouTube channel for free and also in the free Discord, more specific. Basically, you want to have a high probability entry model. For me, for example, I use higher time frame retracements and lower time frame displacements to complete higher time frame moves. So I catch higher time frame moves from the smaller time frame. Sorry, I sound like a dumbass right there, but I literally made a 33-minute video yesterday. That's the video before this one on YouTube, so you can watch it like right now. And it broke down like everything I do for my entry model. So that's pretty much part one of the plan of action. Once you have a proper entry model, obviously trade it until you can make it work for at least 2 months in the green, 2 to 3 months in the green, paper trading it or trading it on an eval account. So the second step of that plan of action is going to be, what do you actually do with that entry model and how are you going to make bread with it? Once you have a high probability entry model, meaning unless you're a scalper, I'm not talking to scalpers out here, but once you have a high probability entry model that's going to give you one good trade per day max, you don't want to be trading more than once per day if you have a high probability entry model. Now you're going to want to find a prop firm that works in your favor. Now I'm going to tell you guys the one that I am switching over to. I used to use Apex. They switched their rules and I don't like that they're just bag holding my bread up until I hit a ton of bread and consistent profits, just to risk more my profits so they can get the better end of the stick. So I actually ended up switching to my funded futures. I'm going to quickly break down the math and calculations on even a low win rate on how you can actually make some money using these prop firms. Once you're on the My Funded Futures website, you're going to want to go to the actual account types, and on here you're going to find the starter account. Now they actually ended up removing the 100K and the 150K starter accounts because they're so good, and I'm going to show you exactly why that is. I'm going to quickly break down the rules on actually getting payouts with this account and why it's so good, and just a little bit of math behind it using a calculator to actually show you what's possible with this account. Obviously you can only have max 3 of these accounts, but with that you can still make decent bread, and that's how I plan to do this year, starting off with this account. So this account, it's a 50K account. You get max withdrawal per withdrawal is $1,200, and your daily drawdown is $1,200, meaning you can't lose more than $1,200 in a day, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. But with a 50K account and a $1,200 withdrawal, we really want to be aiming for that $1,200 withdrawal since it's the max. Now, how are we actually going to get to that $1,200 withdrawal? It has a 40% consistency rule. If you don't know what that means, basically, I'm going to break it down with this math right here. So 40% consistency rule basically means that your total profit in your account, one winning day cannot be more than 40% of your total profit at the time of withdrawal. So if we want to withdraw when we're at $1,200 profit, we actually want to make sure that we're not making too much money in one day. In order to comply with the buffer level on this account, where they're going to move your stop loss a certain amount, we're going to go ahead and make a certain amount with that 50K. And I'm going to show you how much you should. I just got funded on one of these 50K starters, and I'm going to be risking $300 per trade to make about $600. So I'm typically, with my entry model, I'm going for a 1-2R, and I'm going to be making most likely max $600 per day. And if we divide that by 0.4, which is that consistency rule, 0.40, 40%, we get $1,500 total. And that means if I'm making $600 a day, right, max, using the consistency rule, as soon as I hit $1,500 profit on the account, if I made $600 max in one trading day profit, I can finally withdraw $1,200 out of that. And that is what we want to do. Now I'm going to show you guys what's possible with a super low ball win rate on a 1-2R. We're going to be applying a 40% win rate with a 1-2R and show you what's possible with that in about a year after trading an account realistically. So there are about 252 trading days in a year. Oh, that's 252 trading days in a year. You're not going to be trading all of these trading days because some days there's going to be news and things that you do not want to be trading on. So let's assume that you're trading 2/3 of these days. So you're going to be missing out on about 30% of the days that you trade. And that's pretty realistic. So we do 252, multiply that by 0.66. So we get 2/3. So we're trading 166 days of the year. Obviously not counting weekends. Now with a 40% win rate, and let's say you are risking $300 to make $600 on a 50K, this is what it would look like. So we have 166 times 0.40, which is our win rate. So we're going to win 66 days with a 1-2R. So 66 times $600, $39,000. That's not profit yet though. That's just gains. Now, obviously, if we win 40%, we're going to lose 60% of the days, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be unprofitable. So we have 166 and we lose 60% of those. 99, we'll round it up to 100. So 100, so we lose 100, we lose 100 days and we lose $300 per. So that's $30,000. Now we just subtract, we get that $39,600 from the gains, subtract 30,000 from that, and obviously we get about 10K per account in a year of trading, lowballing a win rate and lowballing the amount of trades we actually take in a year. You may be like, oh bro, that sounds like no bread at all. What, 10K after trading for a whole year? Again, this is lowballing the amount of trades you take and lowballing a win rate. A 40% win rate is like practically just busting break even on a 1-2. A 1-2 busting break even will be above like a 33% win rate. Now, this is considering you only have one 50K account, which is super low amount of volume. Like a 150K account, you're not gonna make that much bread on. The real money would come in once you start scaling the amount of accounts you have. So on my funded futures, if you have 50K account, you can have up to 30 50K accounts. So that would already be about 30K a year, lowballing all your numbers. Now there's prop firms like Apex though, that if you're willing to hold long enough, you can actually get good payouts. But for starting out, I would definitely use the My Funded Future starter account because you're able to get payouts quicker, to get your capital back quicker, to then start building up more capital. But Apex literally lets you get up to 20 of these accounts. So just do the math for yourself, 20 times 10,000. That is the level that you want to get to eventually one day, and that is the level that I plan to get to one day as well, as long as these prop firms are still around. And I know people doing 20 accounts, 100K accounts, making 6 figures a month, so it's definitely possible. Again, this was just a short little video of me talking about my plan of action this year. I'm going to be using 50Ks mainly to start making as much money as I can trading. I trade live every single morning with my team and people who trade even better than me as well. If y'all want to see every single trade that me and my team take, or just talk to us and hang out with us, talk about trading, I'll put the link of our free Discord in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and like.